Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. Wow, this week went fast. Doing my drink. Today we are doing a vanilla carnation powder drink with milk, blueberries, strawberries, spinach, and banana. So this here is my breakfast, and I've got to get this down before I take my meds. Really good. Okay, so today, Tashir is going to go with me. I've got to go pick up prescriptions through the drive through. I need to go get a bale of straw. And I figured I would just go ahead and take her to Tractor Supply and give her another bath in the tub just to get her used to that routine. Plus, get her socialized. But I really want to get her used to that blow dryer because this winter, if I have to take her with me to get a bath, I want to make certain that she is super, super dry. I don't want her to fight with that. And as she gets older, I want her to just walk up that little thing, walk up the little ramp in there. So last time I did it, I made her learn how to walk down the ramp. So today is a learning thing. I might even pop into her vet's office just to weigh her to see what she's weighing right now, just make sure she's gaining the weight. I know she is, but I just want to see what she weighs right now. So we might just pop into her vet's office and get on the scale just to get a weight on her. Um, and I might pick up a few things from the vet. So, she and I will be taking a mommy Tashir day. I guess it's like a mommy daughter day, right? So that's my plans. And then today when I get back, I need to get on processing those peppers. I never got to them, so I'm going to pull all the peppers out. I'm going to cut some in strips, and then I'm going to dice off some pieces. So we have diced and julienne peppers, and I am going to make some stuffed bell peppers. That just sounds really good. I'm only going to make a few. It's just him and I, and I've got a box of instant rice that's already been opened where I made some dog food, and I figured I'd just use that up, and I have some ground beef ready to rock and roll. So she's out playing with Solomon right now. She's been out since long before daylight, and it's about time to put her up. And I'm going to put her up for a little while, let her kind of chill out, let me get everything set up, and then she and I will hit the road. So it's going to be a fun day. We'll see how it is after I take my meds. So that's kind of why I'm going to put her up, see how my body reacts to the meds, and see how long it takes me to kind of get ready to go myself. So those are the plans today. I do and would like to get up into the brooder barn today and clean. Oh my gosh. Gandalf, turkeys, tell you right now, dirty. Um, the couple that got the three hens this past spring, they lost a hen. One of the hens became egg bound, and it's just broke her heart. And so they came over to visit the husband. He grew up with my husband, and so I came out and we were talking, and I says, "Well, you need to come look and see what I got," because I told them that I would sell them two of my springlings for $10. One to replace the bird that she lost, because I know that she tried her best to get her unegg bound, and so one of the birds, I'm just going to have that as a replacement. And then, of course, just giving her one bird to put back in with two would be detrimental to that one bird because they will pick on her. So if she has her sister come in with her, it's going to be like 2 to 2. And I think that's going to be a better ratio. However, I know that one of the birds that she has was Stubbs, and Stubbs was a really low key hen. I'm pretty sure the other hen was one of the low key hens too. Now, the one that they said passed away was one of their black hens. So they're going to get two of the black girls that I have right now. And they came up. They were so impressed with my area. She absolutely loved Gandalf. Like, she just loved on him. Went and got her phone so she could take pictures of Gandalf. And then he came back, and it was just a really pleasant experience for them. They got to see the Indio gigantas. They knew that I had ordered the eggs, and the last time they were here this spring, I wasn't sure if they were going to hatch or not, or how many we were going to get out of the 10. So they got to see the results of that. Very interesting. And so I think they're going to build up their coop a little bigger. Now they have Little Red, and they said Little Red is just a phenomenal little rooster for them. And I'm so happy because, I had to put Little Red up once I would let Tut out in the spring. I would let Little Red run all winter. He would come out of the goat barn where it's heated, and he would go up and visit with the girls in the cabana, and then well, not inside the cabana, but he would visit them outside, and he kind of had his own little groove going on. But when I would put Tut out, I'd have to put him up because Tut will kill him. So it was really nice of them to take um, Little Red, and they just love him. She said she was going to name him something else, but he knows his name, and he still goes to bed, Little Red. So that was a great, great update on their experience, and just, you know, just fun. I love when people come over here and see what I'm doing and how I take care of my birds, and um, the advice I give them as far as extra food to make things just a little better for them. And so that was fun. Anyhow, um, this morning I also went through all of my digitals, and I've kind of got a game plan for tomorrow morning's in-store shop at JC. I do plan on going to JC tomorrow. I would like to go to Kroger, but I'm going to go to the Kroger town today, and I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way there tomorrow if I don't have to. I've got all my feeds stocked up right now, um, but I do need to go pick up prescriptions. And I thought, we'll just run into Tractor Supply, give Tashira a bath, and pick her up a couple toys, and just work with her today a little bit before we get back home. So that is my goal for today. That's a lot, right? So anyway, there's a lot to talk about that we need to talk about. Let me get a couple sips of this. If I don't start while I'm doing this, then I'll never get it down. I think I made it a little too thick. But anyway, um, I just have one message from MAGA right now. MAGA, go suck your eggs. You voted for the price of eggs. You voted for this crazy idea that Trump was going to make our economy better and make America first and the president of peace. What do you think now? What do you think now? Um, you know, we know that he's a liar, a fraudulent person, a con artist, a sexual assaulter, a predator. I mean, just a disgusting individual. There's just so much stacking up, right? I know that the Epstein birthday book came out, and come on, guys. You know, Tennessee is just a really crappy state right now, and I hope they get their stuff together. I watched Tennessee Brando a lot, and I really like this fella. Just a great guy. Of course, he's hooked up with Midas Touch Network, and that's phenomenal for him. Um, with the title of my channel, it's hard for MAGA to understand um, how a prepper could be anti-Trump and anti-criminal king regime. This also goes for liberals, Democrats, anti-Trump people. They have a hard time with the concept that I'm a prepper and I'm not MAGA, but I really don't care. I am a prepper. This is my lifestyle, and I want to share how to save money. I want to share how to be prepared for what's going on. And I'm going to tell you right now, the way things are looking, if you are not preparing your home, just economically speaking, or, with the seasons, storms, um, and just being smart with your money as far as clearance reduced, and, shopping spring and summer clearance in order to be ready for next year without having to spend a lot more money next year, then I don't know what to tell you. Being prepared isn't about anti government. It's not about, even though I am anti government right now. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. But, you know, uh, the things that we saw as um, I don't know. I just want people to understand that being prepared has absolutely nothing to do with politics. MAGA and the conservatives have made it about politics. It's not about politics. We know that our families prepared. They would do their harvest, they would prepare the food in order for it to last through the winter. They would go and get extra sugar and flour and whatever they needed for, the winter. That's being prepared. Um, FEMA tells you to be prepared. If you live in hurricane areas, you know that you need to get water, batteries, food. You need to be able to have, you know, um, an escape route if anything's going on. I mean, it's not about politics. And so I want to really make that very clear. But my message today is MAGA, go suck some eggs. You know, if you voted for the price of eggs, you were a dumbass. If you voted thinking that Donald Trump was going to lead America into this great golden era, you know, Midas, not the Midas Touch Network, but Midas, the story of Midas, the king that everything he touched turned to gold. Well, that didn't work out too well for him in the end, did it? Right? I mean, there comes a point in time when you want to touch things that you don't want to turn to gold because it's not it's not feasible to be able to touch something. If I were to touch this right here and it turned to gold, I wouldn't be able to drink it and it wouldn't fortify what I need as far as nutrition, right? Just saying. Okay. So we have the Epstein birthday book. Tim Burchett. That's where I was going with the Tennessee thing. He's from Tennessee. And you know that he brought up Biden's auto pen situation as part of this signature on this disgusting letter from Donald Trump to Epstein. If you believe that crap, I'll try to keep it as G as possible, then you are stupid. You're not ignorant, you're stupid. That was made a long time ago. How in the world would anyone know, oh, we're gonna put this in the book? It wasn't even in the hands of anybody other than Epstein, Maxwell, and then Epstein's family, right? I'll tell you, I did enjoy seeing Trump getting booed in the restaurant. What was it? Joe's Seafood, or I don't know. Could have been Joe's Crab Shack for all I know. But he's a liar. And I believe his lies are crumbling onto him. But let's talk about what else is going on, because what's going on in the world, it's on fire. You have Russia sending drones over Poland. You have Israel attacking Qatar, however you want to say it. And why is that happening? Number one, because Putin is aligned with Netanyahu. Number one, the reason he is aligned with Netanyahu is to get Gaza, to make the Gaza Strip a money Riviera kind of thing. Why is Russia going after Poland? Because Donald Trump has pulled us from our NATO alliances, our European alliances, and has pretty much given Russia the okay to annihilate Ukraine as well as go through Europe. I think that you are seeing the beginning of something that's going to affect the world. And could this be the beginning of World War III? Absolutely, it could be. Because what's next? Okay, China wants Taiwan back, right? What what is Trump going to say about that? Nothing. Trump has turned us into a weak country, and people are leaders of these countries that want power. They don't have the United States threatening to stick with NATO and the European alliances to keep everything calm, to keep democracy as it is or was, right? And Trump is going to war with our blue cities, with our civilians, with our immigrants, migrants, and anyone that has dark skin. He's taken away DEI. Well, that's not helping anybody but the white man. So, not only that, but he's being found out. Well, I mean, we all knew that Trump was a pedophile. We all knew that Trump was a sexual assaulter. We all know this. If you just watch Fox News, they're not showing you everything. They're not telling you everything that is being out. So you need to find a new source, MAGA. You need to figure out that your vote is causing a lot of chaos in this world. Not only in the world, but in our country. That's because of your vote. You know, when you pull our country, the United States of America, away from allies and alliances, and when you do that, and then where you want to join says, hey, we don't need you, that leaves us alone. Making America first has put America alone. Mexico will not help us. Canada's not going to help us. The European nations have turned their back on us. What's next? What's next? This is not looking good for our country in any way, shape, or form. When I go into videos where it's from France or another European nation or Canada, whatever, and I watch videos, these people they don't really look at, oh well, it's just a certain specific group of people, MAGA. Um, they just say Americans are stupid. They laugh at us. However, they're also terrified of what they're seeing here, and they should be, because this is going to affect the world. This president of peace wanting the Nobel Peace Prize, no, he is not a president of peace. He is the president of chaos, corruption, criminal regime. He is a criminal. He is a felon. You all think that, every time that he was indicted and convicted, that it was corrupt. What's he doing? He's throwing false charges on people. He's worried about things that aren't even important. Really? Hi, baby. Thor came out to see me. I have the door propped open. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, you enjoying your time outside? This is my boy. What? Oh, okay. I think he's going to be 12 this year. He's a pretty boy. But anyway, I just wanted to tell MAGA to go suck an egg. or suck a dozen eggs, however you can afford them. You know, you have MAGA people saying, oh, well, inflation's really not that bad. What kind of fantasy world do you live in? What kind of fantasy world do MAGA supporters live in? I don't want to live in your fantasy world, even though it would be less stressful than knowing the truth, right? All right, I got to get going. I got to get this sucked down. It's going to take me a minute. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I really wish I could film. Oh, look. I don't think you can see it. I don't think you can see it. It's a little spider. All right. But living in the fantasy world that MAGA lives in, it must be stress free. You're not worried about world wars. You're not worried about the prices and the inflation. You're not worried about people losing rights. You're not worried about women losing rights. You're not worried about people being treated less than animals because you agree with it. You just pray to God, like, oh, it's such a wonderful day today. I, I guess being stupid is freeing because you don't have to look at reality. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. Remember, MAGA, go suck a couple eggs. Bye, y'all.